Our reporter Lindsay Dietlinger is at the scene of this shooting and she joins me now for the very latest. Now, Lindsay, when we previously had a conversation, you had just arrived on the scene. You were actually closed off from being in close proximity to the car which had been sprayed with not rubber bullets per se, but bullets that killed Rashied Staggie. What do you have for us now?
Tumela, good afternoon. Yes, more details are emerging as to what might have led to Staggie's death. I'm quickly going to step out of shot. Just while you were talking to Don Pinnock, some vehicles pulled up and people have alighted, including a man called Pastor Ivan Waldeck. He was known to be Rashied Staggie's associate, helping him to readjust to life after having spent 10 years in prison. At the time, it was also said that Rashied Staggie was converting to Christianity, and this was a pastor that he was very close to. As I said, those vehicles, the ones closest that you can see in shot right now, are those vehicles of some people who arrived on the scene a little while ago. We are being kept behind a police cordon, but the vehicle in which Rashied Staggie was shot and eventually died from those injuries is still parked on scene. We have forensic experts who also arrived here a little while ago, police keeping a close watch on the scene. And then one of the family members from the family saying that this was particularly a trying time for the family, given that Rashied Staggie's twin brother Rashied died in this very road in 1996, set alight during the height of tensions with the people against gangsterism and drugs, Pagad, during those very tense years here in the city. And so we haven't yet been able to speak to a family member. But I can tell you that police have since released a statement. They're saying two men emerged and fired a volley of shots at the windscreen of the vehicle. They're not saying how those two men arrived on scene, but say that they fled on foot. They also say Staggie was sitting in his vehicle at the time. Also no mention, eyewitnesses told us earlier that there was another person in the car with Staggie at the time, but police not making any mention of that person or what might have happened to him when Staggie was shot.
And the particular road you're referring to right now, Lindsay, where Rashied's twin brother Rashied was also killed and burned to death, is called London Road. But I want to know if, what the police is saying in terms of Staggie's death. Did he die on the scene, or was he rushed to hospital and perhaps that's where he lost his life? Just please give us some clarity there.
So just to paint a little picture for you, as you said, London Road, close to this family, there's a family home just midway down this road from where we're being kept. It's an area called Salt River. Just in front of me, I'm looking at the entrance to the Salt River train station. We're just less than 8-9 kilometers from the CBD. And eyewitnesses telling my colleague here a little earlier that it's been relatively quiet. Although this road is well associated with the Staggie brothers, they haven't really seen much, if we can call it, gang activity in this road, in this area of late. It's been fairly quiet, even though Staggie has been living here since he was released on parole about 3 years ago. He served 10 years in prison on a rape charge. He was also convicted during that time for gun-related crime. And then while he was on parole recently, sorry, Tumela, I just have to step out of shot here to allow somebody to pass. While he was out on parole, he was also about 3 years ago again arrested by police with a vehicle with weapons in the boot, believed to have been used in heists in Johannesburg. So even though he was out on parole, it appears he was still very much had his finger and his pulse close to activities related to the Hard Livings gang, of which he was the leader.
All right then, Lindsay Dietlinger, thank you so much for that update live in London Road in Cape Town, where Rashied Staggie was shot and killed.